Welcome to another episode of eThekwini Matters. My name is Zimbili Mazibuko, your host. September is celebrated annually as Heritage and Tourism Month to promote domestic travel and to showcase the country's diverse tourism offerings. Today in studio, we are joined by Thulani Mthethwa, a manager at Durban Tourism. Nyambosi sikubingelele sikwamukele namhlanje on eThekwini Matters.
Ngiyabonga ukwamukeleka.
Congratulations to Durban Tourism for launching the Durban Tourism Summer Campaign called Endless Waves of Tranquility. Tell us more about the campaign. What does it entail?
Well, before I get into the actual campaign, what we normally do at Durban Tourism is that we do an industry analysis before we launch each season. So what we normally do is we will conduct projections as to how much we'll be looking at getting as the city. For example, this summer season, we're expecting around 1.3 visitors to the city, and that translates to just over 65% occupancy rates. And then that will come with a direct spend of over 2.5 million rands, which then translates to just over 6.3 million contribution to the GDP of the country. So then after the season is over, we'll then go back to the industry partners to report back in terms of the actuals now as to, we said we were expecting 1.3, and this is how much visitors we received in the city. So, but what normally happens is that our projections, they tend to be in line with the actual numbers that we've projected initially. So in terms of the of our plans that we launched on the 11th, we've got national plans and then we've got international plans of marketing and promoting the city as a whole. So when we launched on the 11th, for example, we had a team that is currently in China. They left, I think, on the 10th to promote the city. And then on the 17th of this month, we've got a team that is going to be going to Johannesburg, Mpumalanga, and Gauteng, and Limpopo, sorry. And then we'll also be having a team that will be going to Cape Town to promote the city. And out of these strategic positions that we've identified as a city, so that we can be able to achieve the numbers that we are expecting in the city, we are going to be having billboards that showcases experiences that people can partake when they visit the city during this festive season.
Durban Tourism is such a huge unit and a big brand. Please just tell us more about its role in eThekwini.
Well, maybe I will start at the national level. At the national level, we've got the National Department of Tourism. Just under it, we've got South African Tourism, which is the marketing agency for the national department. And then at the provincial level, I will just speak to KZN. We've got Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, shortly known as ETIA. And then below them, there is a marketing agency which is called Tourism KwaZulu-Natal. And then here at the municipal level, you've got us as Durban Tourism, and just below us, you've got the community tourism organizations. There is 9 of them here in eThekwini. What they do is they act as an extension for Durban Tourism. So we realize that we should be sticking to what the National Tourism White Paper is saying. And then we applied that as the province of KwaZulu-Natal. I'm not too sure if other provinces are doing what we are doing here in Durban, but we have had a number of municipalities approaching us in terms of benchmarking with this program of a community tourism organization, because they are fully funded by the city. Their main function is to develop, promote, and market products within their locality. This means if you are a resident of Umlazi, you don't have to come to Durban Tourism and say, can you assist me? I want to start a tourism business. You go to your local community tourism organization, and then from there you get assistance. You don't have to travel to us. So it cuts, it assists in terms of the small businesses not to travel long distances before they get help.
And to better understand this unit, can you unpack for us the programs and services that are offered by the different sections within Durban Tourism?
At Durban Tourism, we've got 5 departments. We've got marketing, communications and PR. We've got tourism services. We've got product quality and research. We've got events. And then we've got administration. So in a main, these 4 departments, with an exclusion of the administrative department, we are all marketing and promoting the city. That's the main objective of the department. So with marketing, we've got regional marketing managers that are responsible for marketing and promoting the city in Africa, in Europe, and the Americas, as well as the Australasia. And we've got people that are assigned to deal with those regions. And they work with country managers, South African tourism country managers in those countries. And then here, at a local level, you've got tourism services. The main objective of tourism services, they are the face of Durban Tourism in actual fact, because when you land at the airport, they are there to welcome you. In actual fact, we've got about 10 offices scattered across the city. So the rickshaw bus that you normally see here is managed under Tourism Services Department. So the other function which the senior tourism officers at tourism services are expected to do is to influence visitors. Like, for example, let's say you land at King Shaka and you had in mind that you want to go to Hluhluwe. And for them, they are there to say, but in Durban, you can do A, B, C, D, E. You know, they are there to influence visitors' itineraries and also to help guide them in terms of what else can they do in the city. And then we've got product quality and research. That department is responsible for conducting quality controls in all tourism establishments that we have in the city. And they do capacity building as well in terms of when you are a small business and you've got places that you lack on. For example, let's say maybe you are a B&B, they will come to your B&B and tell you that we think that for you to be able to succeed in this industry, you need to correct A, B, C, D, and then they will direct you to the correct people that will be able to assist you, be it Tourism Grading Council, be it your local tourism organization, be it a funding organization that maybe funds small businesses within the tourism space.
Nyambose, very often you see Durban Tourism partnering with a lot of event organizers. How does this assist ikakhulukazi in destination promotion, and how can one apply for a partnership proposal?
Well, for a very long time, people have been saying that we partner with events organizers. We do not partner with events organizers. Yes, we do have partners, like the industry partners, private sector, and we also have a partnership with a sports club like Amazulu FC, Golden Arrows, and the Sharks. Those are our partners. And then we do have media partners. So in terms of the events per se, what we do is that we identify elements that resonate with our strategic position and direction. And then we will take it from there. In actual fact, we leverage on events. We look at the value proposition that is going to be brought by the event. And if we are happy with whatever that is being presented by the event, and then we'll leverage on that event. We do not partner with events.
Okay. Mhlambe lastly, nje Nyambose, what can you say to our locals, Durbanites, people of KwaZulu-Natal, about the importance of touring our city?
That is a very important point. Actually, what we do as Durban Tourism, almost throughout the year, we've got programs that are directed at inviting local Durbanites to be part of this tourism movement. So what we are saying to them is that they must come closer to us. If you follow our social media pages, you will see that we've got programs such as the Know Your City program, which is free of charge. So we invite members of the public to come and join those tours. And then we've got My City, My Heritage tours. There we are exposing the hidden gems that we have within the city, free of charge. And currently, as a tourism month, we've got discounted tours that are going to different parts of the city. So we've got 4 regions. We've got Central, South, West, and the North region. So we'll be covering all these regions now in September at a discounted rate. The city does not necessarily own any product other than the rickshaw bus in terms of tourism. And then there are city entities that we have. So normally what we work closely with our tourism stakeholders, and we normally urge them to give us their discounted rates that assist us in terms of the brand activations that we do throughout the country and internationally as well, because with the well-packaged destination, a visitor can make a decision on the spot that, no, Durban is affordable, let me go to Durban, take my kids there. So we are also looking at having more Durbanites being good ambassadors for the city, in that we want them to talk good about the city. I mean, we do have naysayers, but the challenges that we have as a city, you will find that other cities are experiencing it, but the locals do not amplify those challenges in the social media or in the newspapers. But here in Durban is a different case, so we are looking at changing that as well.
The schools are closing this week. What other interesting places can parents take their children to?
We wanted to actually have, from the 1st of September to the 30th, we wanted to run the discounted tours throughout the month, but we couldn't because our bus is fully booked for school holidays. We only had 4 days. So what we did then, we separated these days according to the regions. So we've already done 2 regions discounted tours. So we are saying to the parents, they must bring their kids to Durban. We've got a lot to offer in terms of family-orientated activities that they can participate on. And they can visit any of our tourism offices that are scattered throughout the city, or even go to our website. And then they can be able to see the things that are offered by the city.
Siyabonga kakhulu Nyambos. Would you like to add anything else?
Oh yes, in October we've got a number of programs that are lined up. We've got the tourism safety workshop, where we're working with SAPS, Metropolis, and the private security companies. And as you are well aware that the city is working on face recognition, installation of cameras around the city. So safety is a priority for us. So we are saying to the visitors, they must come to the city, it's safe, and we are doing initiatives to make it a point that each and every corner of the city is covered in terms of police visibility, so that when visitors arrived here in the city, they will feel safe wherever they go. And then in October as well, we've got a compliance workshop where we are calling all tourism establishments that are not fully compliant to please comply. We don't believe in punitive measures, but if it takes that we will go there, then we will. But we don't want to do that for now. We just want to create as much awareness as possible. And lastly, we will be having the tour operators dialogue, where we've got the big industries that will be participating on. There you're looking at TPCSA, you're looking at SATSA, you can name them, there's quite a lot of them. So the main objective of that workshop is for the tour operators, whether they are based in Cape Town, Johannesburg, here in Durban, to flood the market with packages for the city. We want them to properly package the city in a way that would be appealing to the visitors. And by the way, we are leading at the domestic level in terms of the visitors that are coming to the city, and we want to make that number even bigger.
Thank you very much, Nyambose. Siyabonga kakhulu. That was Thulani Mthethwa, a manager at Durban Tourism. My name is Zimbili Mazibuko, and for myself and the entire team, it's goodbye till next time. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe.